Not to add myself to this. Add everyone on the Shadow of the Hawk, and yeah, let's have some fun. Let's continue making a world. Been I think about a month since I worked on this project, due to life stuff and things, and that's StreamYards again. I would like to pull up Incarnate. Thank you, not StreamYards. Hope everyone. Well, if there's anyone in the chat, I'll see you in a sec after I'm done pulling up Incarnate. And if there's no one in the chat, well, and you're watching the VOD, glad to have you. Glad to see you here. Hope you enjoy. But so, for those who are not in the know, what is making a world? Well, making a world is a campaign that not a campaign, is a little project of mine. Building a massive fantasy world, one piece at a time, with community interaction. You guys give topics, you guys give suggestions, you guys give things that are fun. It's created some of the cooler things, some of the cooler lore, in my opinion, like Bajukistan, for instance, which is basically a mixing of Afghanistan, the Gurkhas of India, and a lot of other stuff like that. Now, what I'm currently working on is North and South Bank from which is in actually here if I jump over here, which is in this which is in this dark fantasy zone. Oh, I need to get rid of my face. This dark fantasy zone over here. This like dark fantasy human kingdom with like all these different fiefs and baronies and stuff. Down here is North Bank and South Bank. Now, the main difference is Northbank is it's got pure humans. It's a fief right next to the capital, and as such, it's fairly important. It's like the gateway into the kingdom proper from the Drow territory, and the South Bank is the northernmost territory of the Drows, of the half Drow noble family that live down here. House Durden, as in Tyler Durden, not Driss Durden. And then you got South Bank right here, Tyler Durden, the current Baron of Southbank. And then if we jump over here, we got some of the lore for Northbank. Run by Patrick, the Man of Bait. Bait is a different village in the area. Is the captain of Northbank's garrison. Picked due to reliability and inspirational quotes, he ensures the safety of Northbank from vile creatures in the rivers and those damn untrustworthy bastards from Southbank. He is addicted to elderberry wine and will often slake a bloodthirst by murdering the poor in the slums. It's an open secret he does it. It's just no one cares. Yes, by the way, this is there's a heavy like Sigma male archetype reference type thing going on because it's dark fantasy. But so we're gonna be making the bank. Now this is going to be a fairly now we're going to be making both of the towns, both of the cities, because it makes sense that they'd be like right on top of each other, you know? Hold on, no, I want to make sure that we are making a good looking river. So that let's do that. There we go. And then we're going to cut a swath down the middle. Let's make it a bit bigger. About that big. That looks big enough for a river. Why are you? Oh, well, we need to add stuff first. Whoops. Well, whoopsie. Yeah, let's make it a little bit bigger, actually. That feels appropriately big for a nice old river. And then for the background, we'll fill it in with some, like, swampy water. Because this is dark fantasy, boys. Uh, yeah, that's perfect. That's a little bit too. Yeah, you know what? We'll make it work. And now we need to dark fantasy up all of this grass. That's jungle. I want gothic. Gothic, gothic, gothic. Here we go, gothic horror. Grassland. Now, actually, I do want to shrink down the grassland a little bit. If we go to advanced settings and size, there we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. It'd probably be a good idea to tweet this out, actually, or not tweet that. I can't tweet this out, actually. My account got deleted. What I meant to say was post this on Discord in channels like Hell of Lore, for instance. So I should probably do that. That'd probably be a very beneficial, very based idea. Mm. Mm. Let's make a world Northbank and Southbank. Let's hop over to Discord. All right, tweeted it out. Now let's jump back here. Okay. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to actually build the bridge. Now it's going to actually be super easy, barely an inconvenience to do because we can just, they they filled it in like right there and then right there. Yeah, and then we just grab some like dirt mounds. We'll grab some dirt. Dirt. I need some like dirt, dirty dirt, dirt. I need like some like dark piled up dirt. Yeah, you know what? Like this is fine. I think actually. Shrink it down. And you know what? Like they filled in like they filled in like this chunk of the river right here, just to make sure that they had room for the bridge. And then let's make the bridge. The bridge is the most important. The bridge is absolutely the most important part in my opinion, because it is what makes It is what separates the two. It is what makes Northbank Northbank and Southbank Southbank, and that's a little bit too big. We go that way. We'll put this up at a 3, I think. So yeah, we'll put that there. Yeah, we'll shrink it down. Yeah, that looks appropriate. Like that. There we go. Obviously, this is going to be very loose, and I'll make sure to like put it together and make it look a lot prettier at some point. But right now, we're just like kind of slapping things down, making sure that we actually have the individual pieces here. So this is a fairly large bridge. I mean, it leads into like the center of the kingdom. It would make sense that this is a fairly large bridge. I'm thinking like what, like maybe 30 feet across? Uh, yeah, like that's a notice. So that's a pretty big bridge. I feel that's a pretty good. I think it should actually be a little bit smaller because that would give us. So the bigger this bridge is, the smaller, the less work I've got, the less space I have to like work on the town and stuff. Actually, so let's color all that in. Wait, no, that was the wrong one. There we go. That's what we wanted. And then we come back up here. We do it again. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. And then boom, boom. Look at that. There we go. Actually, let's move it a little bit further north like that. Group it up. Bridge. Go. And then now, obviously, both sides would heavily fortify the bridge in their own personal styles. So I need to find like some dark, spoopy. We're gonna make the drow side, and because these are going to be like the more fortified buildings, I feel like it's only appropriate that these are also like the primary buildings of the forts, of the keeps. You know. Like these are going to be like the big cat, like it's like knife fighting range. Like when it comes to actually like trying to kill each other, it's going to be at like knife fighting distances. I think that's a pretty cool concept, personally. Do, 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 do. I'm looking for like stereotypical dark elf. Like yeah, like drow. Like I'm looking for like purple type things. That's what I've got in my head. Like purple and evil looking. What are you? Eastern. I don't want Chinese, Japanese. Oh, like this actually. Yeah, that looks like it works. I like this. That's a little bit too big though. I want. Let's do that. And there we go. And then we'll do this going along that way. And see, okay, knowing that this is going to have to like defend against external, like this is going to be this is definitely going to be compartmentalized. So you're going to have like this outer courtyard. So let's do that. Raise. Just erase that little bit right there. Compartmentalize it. So you've got like this inner layer, which is you're gonna have, yeah, like you're gonna have this inner layer, this little like inner courtyard, like so. And then we're gonna do some like star patterns. Because we're gonna want like because these are made by competent individuals, right? Like they're gonna want defenses that they can effectively use. So by building like a tower along kind of like this, right? So if it were to just be like a flat tower, right? You wouldn't be able to shoot the guys that are hanging up along this wall right here. So by making the tower like this, you've got a line of sight there, and you've got a line of sight there. You'll constantly be able to shoot whatever's trying to be uppity. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually something the Crusaders did, and it also allows us to make a very spiky and evil looking castle, I feel. Like, so no, it needs to be not quite so like that. There we go. Yeah, something akin to that, I feel, looks pretty good. Let's tilt this out a little bit further. Yeah, there we go. I like that. And then we go further in like that, further in like that, and then just put in the wall like that. Okay. Never mind, actually, we should probably also turn that this way. Then there we go. Again, I'll make it prettier. I'll make it look better later. But so you've got that outer layer, that outer layer. And then we're going to want another little like another little kill zone, for like like okay, you breached the outer part like this. These are designed to be like independent forts, operating on their own, doing their own thing. So you're shooting there, you're shooting there. Yeah, it's kind of like just like layer, like these are drow, like these are half drow. These are very schemy. They're going to be very, very untrusting individuals. They're going to constantly be very concerned about who's entering, who's leaving, and they're going to want to, hyper compartmentalize their defenses. Like just layers within layers, plots within plots, schemes within schemes. So if you break down the main gate, right? Like if you break down the gate that's like right here, good fluff and luck on you. Good fluff and luck for you. Because it's going to be fortified. It's going to be compartmentalized. So, okay, so you managed to break through this like frontal gate right here. Well, now you got to get through the second line right here. And then you got to get in the third line, and then you finally are in here. But then this is like where the keep is. We'll build the keep in a minute. So right there, you've got. Why does it fucking look like an Amogus? Like it looks like a dancing Amogus. And I hate it now. I absolutely hate it. Oh, damn it. I freaking hate it. But now I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, I need to make all this smaller. So we're going to make it smaller. So that way it gives us more town to work with. Meaning it's now time to make another chunk of the bridge. And then we just keep doing that. There we go. Boom. I fucking hate this, actually. Okay, hold on. We're going to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Okay, hold on. So you know what? Hold on. We'll come back to the design. But first, we need to think about like what we actually want. And there is a little bit of a draw tool I can use. So, no, is this it? No, 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 draw tool. Here we go. Then we're going to like the blue carpet color. Okay. So what do I want? Well, I want like a guardhouse type. I want like a guardhouse type thing, right? I want a tower there, a big old gate, watching all that. I then, because drow, want it compartmentalized. So you've got a second tier right there with a second gate. Then the actual then what you'd want actually is, so then you'd have a third box out here like this, and then that's where all the traders get to go. And then you have a box out here like so, and that's where people are allowed to enter from. And then you've got a layer out here just to like, create, and then like not like a full, actually, yeah, no, not like a full area, but like just a little bit of like, a position, a bit of a kill, just like a little bit of a buffer, like a little buffer tower. So you can't just like assault this position. You got to get through like a tower, some kind like that. There we go. And then like the actual final section is going to be out here with the river at its back. It's hard to like slip in through the river. And then it's going to have more of those little like towers. It's going to have, and then it's going to have like one of these, yeah. And then actually, you know what? Because like, they have access to all of the, because they could like have just terraformed this place. They've got the time, they got the resources. They created like a big old moat like that. There we go. So you've got uh so if you want to actually attack like the main part of the castle, you got to get through this gate, you got to get through this gate, this courtyard, and then you can actually siege the keep proper. Which I think is that's very dark elf to me. That's layers within layers, plots within plots, defenses within defenses. I think it works. I think it fits. All right. So with that out of the way, let's just quickly demarcate some stuff. Boom, boom, boom. And obviously, I'm gonna make it like do the whole like star tower thing. I'm just making sure to demarcate things before doing so. Because now I go top, erase, fill, boom. So now I know exactly kind of like what I'm working with. And as previously stated, I want stars. I want, actually, hold on, Crusader Star Castle. Because this is a design that the Crusaders used. And basically the general premise, okay, let me try European Star Castle. European Star shaped castle. So yeah, okay, hold on, here we go. So the general gist of it is actually here, I'll open it in a different tab. So the general gist of it is you've got here, I'll also pull up an actual like castle. Medieval castle. Images. Okay, hold on. Okay, here's a good castle. Okay. So here is a traditional castle, right? So if someone's like attacking, so if someone attacks from like this side, right? And they hit this wall. Well, and they're like hiding under the wall, right? I mean, you could kind of get them from this tower and this tower, but they're pretty safe and protected. Whereas if you jump over here, right? Like, oh, I'm hanging out on this chunk of wall, you're going to be targeted from this side right here and vice versa. The only really safe spots are the tips of the tower, are the tips of the fortress, and you can't really like scale those in sizable numbers. So a fortress like this is significantly more defendable and harder to take. So jumping back over here, I need to apply a similar philosophy for designing this. So let's jump back over here and let's do some tests. So the general shape that I want, the thing that the things that I need, right, is I need these kind of like V shapes, right? I need these V shapes from this little fort, from this little fortification. And I need to make it look good. Hang on, this is fantasy actually. This is like it doesn't need to be entirely practical. Okay, so like these are going to be decently sized like walkways and stuff, right? So I want these like lined up at like a I want this to be kind of I do want like a level of symmetry, not a ton of symmetry, but just a level of symmetry. Yeah, okay, and then if do I have a thing from here that I can use to like kind of create tower? Um, I need a shared. Hold on. So if I do this and then this, right? And then I grab this again, I shrink it down, and I use this as kind of like a rimming, like this. Okay. Yo! Okay, hold on. Now we grab each of these individual little pieces, and then we create group, tower. Boom, boom. And we have these now we have these little defensive towers that I can put at like the ends of these little walkways. like so. Hold on, let's North Bank and South Bank. It's gonna take a sec to load. Yeah, so you get that little fortified position, that little fortified position. I mean, they can't. It kind of breaks the rule of like don't attack of like this like these frontal spots right here kind of have the rule broken a little bit, but it's relatively fine. I'll tolerate it. And then we put one of these towers in to watch the water like this. Actually, you know what? No, hold on. Tear down. Yeah, so you got like the water right there. You got like the water right there, kind of like creating like this little spot, this little bit of a moat. Nope. Same with over there. Okay. So then that gives us a little bit of room to work with. Because again, like naval assault, it's not going to be like the biggest threat in the world, really. It's not going to be a huge problem. It's not going to be something you're really going to like. And every fortress is going to have its weak point. Like that is obviously the weakest point right there. Uh, but what can you do? What can you really do? Yeah. And paranoia is going to like the paranoia is still going to be there. So you got these walls like right here, making sure to keep things going so we can just clear that away. Just get rid of more of that right there because again, they have the access, they have the ability. Put in a tower to watch this entry point and this entry point, like so, and then you put in a defensive layer right there, and then a tower there as well. All right, I'm feeling like these need to be smaller. Actually, something about that big. Yeah, that looks a little bit less like crazy. I just have the Helldivers theme playing in my head right now, and I find that hilarious. Yeah, just put another tower there and the tower there. And actually, if I move that up to there, then erase all that. I can then put in a tower there. Actually, if I turn them like so, that looks a lot more interesting and unique. Actually, yeah, let's make all these like that. Okay, that just like that like slight change right there adds a lot of character actually, I think personally. That's like really freaking cool. So again, this is like this right here exists to lay fire down right there. It's not entirely a weak point. It's a bit of a weak point, but it's not entirely a weak point. Okay. And then you go that way. You go that way to get in to get deeper. Yeah, okay. So then boom, boom, skibbity boom, 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 boom. Yes, yes, yes. Do 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 do. Go there. Okay, perfect. We'll tweak that a little bit, push that up there. We'll tweak that a little bit, turn that there. And then gap. I don't know. I mean, turn it all the way, I guess. And then put a tower like that. There we go. So then you pass through. So then you pass through that gate. Still following the rule. Somewhat, sorta, kinda. Move that there, actually. So that way, grab this there, like so, like so. Along that, along that, there, and there. Yeah, that just kind of like quickly tossing down the different segments and sections. Actually, you know what? No, you don't need this bit out here. Or, well, I mean, you're going to need something like that, and something like that, and then something that goes there, something that goes kind of there, and something that goes there. So actually, hold on. If we just tweak it, well, we can. Hold on. If we, we can't be lazy. China, China, China. I have to have my China. Bing, bada, bing, bada, bum. Then you have a wall. They gotta have it made. There we go. There we go. Yo, look at that. Look at that. We got ourselves a little evil, little fortified position. It's looking pretty damn good. And so then we send out the uncompensated workers to make some room out here. Then carve that up like that. There we go. Okay. So actually, yeah, like okay, so this would be like this fortification right here. It shows up. It shows off like the drow. I think it shows off like the house Durdan. You know, with how they're very controlling, but also really freaking paranoid. They want to verify everything coming in and out, coming into and out of the territory of their family. So they have this super freaking heavily defended Sorry, I'm getting a text message. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so you got like this super heavily defended, intricate little defend like little place. Um, with this last little section over here actually being the, so I want that there. So we're gonna tilt that a bit. Going to decorate with these towers now. Put towers everywhere they need to be. Tower there and a tower there, making sure the points face out because, edgy, evil fantasy stuff. And then put a defensive wall across there and then across there. Okay. So actually get to the keep, which is going to be built like over here. Like okay, now I actually need now I need to make everything bigger. So let's actually move that out of the way. Let's grab you. Let's make you just a edge bigger so I can do a little bit more work with you. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's just shrink down all these like towers just a little bit, just to give me a little bit of room in the middle, I think. And again, I'll make sure to pretty this all up and I'll make it all look like super, super nice and well organized and things like that. But right now we're just getting the base pieces down, the important things. Gotta make sure to points out like that. There we go. And that one's kind of in an awkward spot where it can't really point the points out. Same with that one. This one can. This one can. All right, and then shrink all you guys down so I got a little bit of work. So I can do a little bit of work in the middle where the thing is going to be, where the keep, the central fortified position is going to be. So here we go. We got now we can actually build the keep. And it's not going to be anything too I can't even zoom. I can't zoom in any further. Okay. So actually, hold on. I'm going to build. Doesn't need to be too big. Doesn't need to be that big. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to get the general outline of what I'm allowed to work with. Yeah. This can be like a little bit less defensible because it's like a special little place that only the Durdans are supposed to be. It doesn't need to be like a heavily fortified super place. It's just like a little mansion. It's just a little mansion. So let's grab this little mansion. We'll bring it over here so we can give it a little bit of detail work. Okay. I feel like you're gonna have two different. I feel like you're gonna have two different towers. So we're gonna have this tower. We're gonna make this stand out. So let's come back down here. Is there anything in here I need? No. Okay. Yeah, like let these represent raised spots like that. So you're gonna have two of these. You're gonna have one over there, one over there. One is like Kyla's personal space, and then the other belongs to someone else. We'll have to think about who that someone else is. It's probably a woman, because that's how. I mean, this is they're technically half elves, but they're still technically drow. They're still drow. Fundamentally, they're still drow. At their core, they cannot be trusted. They're vermin instead. No, they're worse. They're savages, savages, dirty, shrieking devils, and all that. You know the song. You know the Disney song. The Disney song about how all people who look different are categorically terrifying monsters. That song. We all know that song. We all listen to that song. We all sing that song, right? I'm not the only one who sings that song. I'm not the only one who knows that. No, it's just me. I'm the racist in the room. Okay, I guess I'm the racist in the room. That's good to know. Yeah, and then just like little crenellation look to it. Yeah, just kind of fill all that in. Alright, and sieve. So now that I have that, I just grab it and I create group, central keep, and I just shrink it down so it'll fit nice and snug and prettily into the gap. And there we have the little fort, the little central defensive position thing. And then I just grab the bridge, put it in, and there we go. Okay, so we have the central fortification of House Durden. Looking pretty cool. Let's finish up this. Let's finish this up a little bit. There we go. It's like this little section standing on the water. And then, yeah, I'll clean it all up later. But so that's, oh yeah, I should get out there. And then I mean they've made this like little inlet, so it might as well be used for some shipping and stuff. Like we put some docks over here, and yeah, yeah. And like you got the walls right here. They're able to like watch what's coming in and out. And then if we put like another, just like a little a small tower, like hold on, if I come over here and I just grab boom, 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 nope, boom, 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 grab that, jump all the way over here. We can make a quick little fort right there. And now the harbor is watched from the main fort and this little secondary fort right here. Okay. And so that would serve as the primary demarcations of the town. So then let's think about, okay, what does a town need? Well, the town first of all needs walls, but we need to understand what we need to actually put in the town. Um, and I feel like Southbank, it would be like the trade. Like it's got the Durdens. They would do some kind of like bullshit to get all the traders and stuff to come to their chunk of their neck of the woods. So they got trade. They got things that they're gonna have things that cater to traders. So what are we gonna need? Well, we're gonna obviously need some docks. So boom, boom. We need docks. Docks are important. That's the wrong thing. Docks are important. We're going to need we're going to need some warehouses relatively nearby. We're going to need we're going to need like a little warehouse district, like right here for the docks. Probably right next to the fort. We're going to need like a merchant's guild. All right, there we go. We're also probably going to want some. We're also probably going to want some sort of inns right here and drinking houses. And then, Drow, red light district, all the way right there. Okay. So this is like the fun time stuff. Shipwright. We could put like a little like shipwrights right there. Perfect. Okay. So then we're also going to want what like these people. So then we're going to also want like this is where people are going to be passing through. You're going to want some sort of inns and taverns. So inns over here, inns and taverns over here as well. You're also going to want the different craftsmen that are going to be living here. So if that's the main road, you're probably going to have like all your food sellers like along here. And then you're probably going to have like weapons makers, armor makers, things like that. Because in medieval history, like each road was like a demarcated zone for a different kind of like trade craft. So you had like all your swordsmen would make stuff on the same road, all your armors would do stuff on the same road, et cetera, kind of yeah, kind of like that. And then over here would probably just be like residential. So now we know what we need to demarcate. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit shrinked down, but we know now. And this doesn't need to be, dirt in. It could just be like wood. So I'm going to. What time is it? Okay, we got plenty of time before House of the Dragon starts. Yeah, stone walls. This is a fairly important settlement, so they would definitely use stone. Just demarc where we need to put the border wall. Border wall goes there. Then it goes down the bottom. Yeah, just kind of like marking things out. Yeah, so that is Southbank. Northbank, I feel, is going to be a little bit more different. You're still going to have you're still going to have like the fortified position right here watching the bridge because it's a bridge coming up from the south. You're going to want to like watch that, but I feel like the actual fort is probably going to be it's probably going to be a bit older than Durden. So it would have a commanding position, but it wouldn't be like right on the bridge. Um, so like over here. And let's make it curvy. Let's make it like the exact opposite of the Durden fort by making it very curvy like that. But it's gonna have like layered defenses, I think. So you're gonna have like you're gonna have like an outer layer of wall. Sorry, I hit my mic. You're gonna have like an outer layer of wall, and then like a second layer of wall, and then like a third layer wall, like just getting like deeper and deeper, as you assault, and then you're gonna have like a central spire tower type thing, which I think could be pretty neat, pretty nifty, like nicotine. Just like that. There we go. Yeah, just this like little central tower, heavily fortified position, built up like originally it was just like the tower. Then you had the next wall, then the next wall, then the next wall. Um, and then probably it would be like the like corner to it would be like the corner of the defenses. So then walls out like this. It's yeah, like yeah, like this. It's the entry into it's the entry into like the actual capital. The capitals where like all the people actually care about and due to like all the traders and stuff, just like right on the down in Southbank. Uh, yeah, but what it does have going for it is food production. It's going to have like fields and stuff on the outskirts, like just right outside, because it's a big fort full of a bunch of big, scary, brawny soldiers. So you're going to have a lot of people are going to feel a lot more comfortable doing their farming, like right over here, like right outside of the bank. So we'll just demark it right outside Northbank, like right there and right there. And then you've got like yeah. Yeah, I think this works. We've been streaming for about an hour. That's the wrong place. I think this is good progress for North and South Bank. I went autistically detailed on the fort, and then I kind of just skimmed and went a little bit wild with drawing and planning and stuff for the other stuff. But I feel like this is going to be very interesting. And maybe at some point I'll run a one shot set in the North and South Bank area. You gotta like smuggle some stuff from South Bank into North Bank, something to that effect. I think could be pretty cool. So yeah, if you're watching live, if you're the one person watching live, thank you very much for lurking. In a couple of minutes, like 30, 40 minutes, go over to Legion Talk to check us out for first episode of season 1 of House of the Dragon review. And then if you're watching the VOD, still go do that. It's Legion Talk, great channel. Joker's Voice, great channel. We also got Lily 300 Mirrors there, who's a great person. Tyler the Redbeard's there, and I believe Clifton 3D is also going to show up. Maybe we can get Mr. Grant Gregory dropping by. Who knows? A lot of really good people. We're going to be talking about a pretty damn good show to come out in the modern age, which is kind of surprising. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, and see you all next time. Peace.